Pickaxe.
Join us at patreon.com/castparty for a whole plethora of exclusive goodies. 5 days early access to every Cast Party episode, ad-free episodes, behind-the-scenes info, exclusive bonus monthly one-shots, access to our community Discord where you can listen along with the cast to every new episode, all for less than the price of a single cup of coffee per month. Aren't convinced? Try us out for free. 7 days free to check out the content that we offer only exclusively on our Patreon. Patreon.com/castparty. Support your favorite D&D podcast, all while getting some awesome perks. Patreon.com/castparty. See you there, cast and crew.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cast Party. My name is Colin McManus, and I will be your director for today. I'm joined by Ryan McManus.
Ryan McManus, playing Bjorg Jorgensen, the Jewel of Debauchery.
Anna Brisbane.
Lenore DeVere, Chaos very excited to push all the buttons.
Nigel Deacon.
Hi, I'm Nigel, playing Jackal Campman, the leper and loner striving for companionship and control.
Vince Perino.
Hi, Vince Perino, playing Tevin Alkin, the mechanism of discovery, reconstructing memories one piece at a time.
Raquel Skellington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Raquel Skellington. I play Poppy, the tender-hearted giant.
And Luis Carrazzo.
Hi, everybody. I'm Luis, and I play Santos, the Glavinator.
Last time, our party confronted the massive ant that erupted from beneath the village of Hollow Glen. The queen used its piercing mandibles covered in a viscous pink goo that tore into you, giving you a sensation reminiscent of the first time you truly encountered the resonance when Ilos's orbital exploded. It also shot this goo out bursts of acidic spit from its mouth, covering Tevin and Poppy. All the while, Jack had jumped onto the beast and attacked it from its back. It became not so massive as Lenore cast Reduce on this monstrosity, making a bit of a smaller target for Tevin to hit with a few more bullets as he backed away from the beast. Bjorg threw Waffle over the building to join in the fight with a little extra help from Joran on the roof to get Waffle all the way there. Poppy threw her boomerang and radiant sunbolts before jumping down and tying up the long legs of this ant with her rope. This was just in time for Santos to come in with a few big swipes of his glaive into this now contained insect. Being held down by the rope made it easy for all of you to continue this all-out assault until it was finally burnt to a crisp by one well-placed burst of flame from Waffle. Moments later, however, the pudgy back thorax of the ant, filled with this resonant pink goo, exploded, covering many of those in range, burning your skin a brief moment before you're able to wipe off the guts and clean up. Tevin spent a bunch of time cleaning his inner workings. Jack spent some time angry that he was burnt by Waffle before calming down with the help of Little Monk and some jerky by his feet, while the rest of you found comfortable places to sleep for the night. In the morning, you all took off, heading towards the observatory. On the way, you started to hear the sound of a river ahead. Just as the bridge came into view, you heard some voices coming from the shoreline. A female voice and a male voice. The male voice telling the other to be calm, to not worry about her missing lantern, and the other was worried that they were defenseless. Now, as you approach, you hear the man once more pipe up and say, "We are safe. I will be done in just a moment." Before you hear the whistling of a soft tune echoing over the flow of water. And so the scene is set. The question is, what will you do next?
Who are those guys? Should we go say hi?
I don't know. I heard one of them call out the other's name.
I heard Mara.
Mara?
Mara, yes.
And they lost a lantern?
I could try and sneak up, get a view of if we even need to bother.
I think that's a good idea.
They could be residents who just decided to go their own way, took a lantern of the crystals to fare off the resonance, and I guess found themselves quite close, but...
Didn't make it far if that's the case. Okay, I'll be right back.
Wait, come here. I'm going to reach out towards you, and I'm going to grab by the forearm, and I'm going to cast guidance on you.
Thanks. And I'm going to try and quietly scurry up a tree, very squirrel-coated.
Roll me stealth, please.
You absolute bastard. The D4, right?
Yeah.
That's a 14 total.
You are jumping from branch to branch. One particular tree, a branch snaps and falls to the ground, but you're still pretty far away from the shoreline. You continue forward, hearing the whistling ahead of you, And as you head further towards the north-northeast, which is this path you're following towards this bridge, you see through these trees on the edge of this riverbank, surprisingly slow-moving water for how much of it is here. On this nearby shoreline, just about 50 feet or so upstream of the bridge, you see two individuals. There's a blue dragonborn man. He's currently shirtless, standing knee-deep in the river, and he has clothing in his hands, dunking it into the water. You see he's got like a brush, like he's trying to clean some of his clothing. You see more clothing, including some chainmail spread out on the nearby rocks as if left out to dry. And then standing on the shore is a human woman with obviously very wet and quite short auburn hair. She wears a reinforced leather vest and has a dark undershirt rolled up to her elbows. She's got this crossbow that hangs from her back. It's modified with some strange mechanical fittings. And then you see a thick-handled blade at her side. You can see that there is impatience in her eyes and in her mannerisms.
Do they look well fed?
I wouldn't say well-fed. They do not look emaciated by any means.
I'm deciding to not make her more uncomfortable, and I'm just gonna try and quietly go back without interacting. Two of them, one seems kind of nervous, the other one's just doing laundry. We probably don't even need to interact if we don't want to, unless that's right in our path. But they seem like they're on their way somewhere. I don't know. It didn't look like anything too suspicious or anything like that.
I think we should probably ask them a couple questions. We outnumber them, so they're not going to be that much of a danger if it comes down to that, but they're travelers. How often are we going to run into other people?
Whether they're coming or going to Hollow Glen,
Right.
they've been out here just like we have. It could lead to information going forward.
So who's going to do the talking?
I can.
What type of talking are we talking about? As you see his gun start to come out of his forearm.
Not that kind of talk. No.
Oh,
So not Tevin. Bjorg, you seem friendly and disarming and charming.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I want to talk to them, but I'll appreciate the compliment.
Oh, great.
Someone have my back. In case I slip up and say something stupid.
I'll be at your side. I'll help you. You know, I kind of like stretch my arms out so, to emphasize what I look like. I'm clearly in garb of someone that looks like a gate guard, and so they might have a strong opinion of that in my nightshade gear.
Oh, we can role play. It's like good cop, bad cop. You're big and
God.
scary.
Oh,
Yeah.
how about no
Maybe
cop?
no cop.
Good humanoid, bad humanoid.
Whatever humanoids you decide to be, just make yourself known as you approach. She looks pretty jumpy, and I'd hate for you to get a crossbow bolt to the anywhere, really.
They're armed.
Yes.
You failed to mention that.
They're adventurers. Did you expect them to not be armed?
No, I guess you're right.
We're all armed. Look at how many arms we have.
So many. Okay, I'll head off into the brush and, like a wild boar, try to make myself known as I'm walking through this bush towards them, and I'll put my hands up as I approach.
You're on a road heading straight towards a bridge that goes over this river. Jack tells you they're about 50 feet upstream from the bridge. So you could go straight through the woods towards them. You could also go straight towards the bridge and then a much more open area up the coast to speak with them.
I vote for that.
I also vote for that.
Okay, fair. We will take the straightforward approach. If we're doing it this way, my hand is in my pocket
Weird.
on tough luck, just in case.
You don't think that in itself makes you look suspicious?
I think it does.
Fine. All right, hands at my side, not in my pockets, not up in the air,
Not up in the air.
and just walking straight so stiff towards them.
Yes.
You don't look natural at all walking like that.
If one more person tells me how the fuck to walk, I'm gonna crack
You gotta
out.
at least sway your arms a little.
I do like the cartoony, 90s cartoon arm sway.
I start giving you like a shoulder rub as if you're about to get into the ring, kind of loosen you up a little bit.
Okay.
And we just walk and we go from there.
Yeah, I'll watch from the trees above. I'll be ready to help at a moment's notice.
as we get closer and we have visual of them, and they would have, if they were to look at us, they would have visual of us, where I'm going to beeline it straight, and I am going to then whistle loudly, like go, put my hands up, not like up, like I'm forfeiting, just so they see my hands, I have nothing to hide, and walking forward.
I'm flying up to the trees. I don't want to get real close. Quietly.
Go ahead and roll me stealth.
Okay. Oh.
Oh boy.
9?
Bjorg, you walk the rest of the way down this road. You're about 5-10 feet from like the start of the bridge that goes over, again, this pretty large river. You start heading to the left upstream. As you make visual contact with them, you let out that whistle. The woman shifts her attention to you quickly, immediately starts grabbing for her crossbow, and she goes, Syrian, you're not wearing your armor.
No armor here either.
Hi!
Look, no armor.
Oh, I'm so sorry. We didn't mean to disturb you guys. We just, we're walking around here, and we also might need directions. And Poppy smiles nervously. Her ears are like sort of droopy.
You see the crossbow not directly pointed at you yet. There's no bolt in it, and it's slightly shaking. And you see the dragonborn man just in the water, stops washing the tunic, looks in your direction. Why would I need to be wearing armor to greet other travelers? Hail!
Exactly.
Poppy flicks a sweat off her brow.
Beautiful day for a swim, isn't it?
Yeah! Poppy gets in. Poppy gets in to the water.
This woman starts backing up away from you guys till she hears some rustling in the leaves of a nearby tree. And she looks directly at you, Lenore, brandishes the crossbow up towards you as well.
Whoa!
You hear a click as if she has pulled the trigger,
Wait!
but there was no bolt in it.
Whoa! Hey!
Wait, that's just our friend. She was just looking out for us to make sure you wouldn't hurt us, please. And I'm like half drenched in the water, putting my hands up, please.
While her attention is onto Lenore, I'm taking that moment to reach into my pocket and grabbing out some sort of leftover that Joran left us with from breakfast this morning and just have it full palm out in my hands, 2 hands. We're just walking through. It's okay. She just spooked. She's like a bird. Harmless. Flutters through the air. We don't know what she does. She doesn't know what she does.
Who you calling harmless?
Here you go.
I'm gonna flutter down a little closer, crossing my arms.
And she looks to the water. Syrian, get out of the water. He looks at you, Poppy, shrug, as he puts the wet tunic on that he was washing and starts wading back to shore.
I offer a hand to him.
Thank you. It's deeper than it looks there. Syrian.
My name is Bjorg.
Poppy.
And Santos is back there.
Give a wave.
Lenore is up there. And we have 2 others back by the bridge. I think we're heading over the bridge, but we aren't sure what happened to lie on the other side. We saw you down here. We just wanted to swing by. You looked hungry.
Sounds like you've heard the call.
Yeah, of what?
A call?
The order. It calls. To all.
Oh, of the Buggy Boys.
Of course. And he pulls out from a leather satchel a couple of these flyers. The same flyers that you had seen all over Hollow Glen. He hands a few of them to you, Poppy. The Order of the Chrysalis, based out of Carmarth, looking for new recruits.
To do what?
To learn, to grow.
How did you get the call? Where'd your call come from? Finding a flyer?
No, a person. Elven man came to my small desert village.
Are you both from the same village?
No, Mara and I met in the Order.
Oh, you've already been.
He holds up a necklace that has that same symbol on it, puts it around his neck. Of course.
And they told you to come out into resonant infested forests and water and do something instead of staying in safety.
We're traveling, seeking others who are ready to rise above the fear that holds them back.
Uh-huh.
People need to be able to protect themselves, no?
Well,
Yeah.
I guess that's a fair point.
You want to be strong.
Yeah. How did it make you strong? Were you not strong before?
I thought I was. Until I wasn't strong enough.
Is it a mental strength or did you get magic powers?
Feels magic sometimes. But mental, yes, but also physical.
Like a boot camp?
Could call it that. They give you tests to make yourself greater. There's much suffering in the world. Why not end it for yourself?
And do they charge you? You gotta pay a bunch of money?
No.
No.
And what is it they ask in return for such a glorious feat?
They give people the strength to make it for themselves. They aren't a large group looking to conquer cities. It's not an army. It's a coalition of individuals. We all get to choose and we all get to do what's best for ourselves.
So they're pretty flexible. They don't care what you do after. They just want you to be your best self.
Yes. Once you are, I don't want to call it graduating, but once you are through the training, you can do as you please, though most people tend to stay.
Are you both through the training, or do you still have more left to do?
Oh, there's always more to do.
Syrian, if I may ask, it seems that they do give you great freedom to take whatever you've learned so far and do with it as you wish. Have you no desire to return to the town that you came from and share what you learned with the people that you grew up with?
So you assume I haven't been back?
I wasn't sure what to assume.
I don't know. Where's the desert?
Armarth is on the edge of the desert.
Oh.
I haven't made it north yet, I see.
No.
No.
We are heading.
I have been back, and I have recruited some individuals from that village, even though they once shunned me.
Why'd they shun you?
Oruka isn't a safe place. We're under threat from bandits and residents. I initially joined the military, and during my first battle, my unit was killed by resident beasts. I only survived because I ran. I was blamed for all their deaths.
Oh no.
I was seen as a failure, but the Order promised strength and redemption. If we were all stronger, no one would have had to die that day, and I wouldn't have been branded a coward.
A little harsh. I'm sorry.
Don't be. I joined the Order for selfish reasons. I am glad now that I know better.
Are you heading north?
No, we have many places to go.
And where is it that you're heading?
To be honest, I don't know. Our job is to travel the world. Introduce people to the Order. Not everywhere knows about it. And not everyone knows about what it can do for you. There are too many people waiting to be saved in this world. They need to learn to save themselves because there's not enough heroes around.
Lenore's been nodding with a thoughtful look on her face, oh.
I must ask, you have a group of you here. What is it you're looking for?
An observatory at the moment.
Observe the orbitals to worship the demigods, is it?
Not exactly.
There's much you can learn from them.
We're open to learning. And if you have insights that you have gained from the Order, I'm not opposed to hearing what you have to say about that.
You will know much if you join the Order of Stratton. Karmarth sits upon the gash he laid in Ikaria, where he took the earth to create his orbital.
He is a god of what?
God of, if I had to give it the name, strength would be it, but he stands for much. Reducing your personal suffering, empowering yourself, self-fulfillment.
That's something I can get behind.
Poppy walks over to where Lenore is in the tree, trying to communicate with you by eyes
I nod my head and smile.
I feel like this place might be giving me cult vibes.
You don't even have to pay. And you can leave.
Well, they say at cults you can leave too.
Hey, is this thing a cult?
No!
The Order.
Yeah.
I know.
Do you have a leader?
Lenore, stop!
Yes, he goes by the name Dominic.
What are the numbers of the order like right now? How has your recruiting been going?
Since Ilos fell, recruitment has skyrocketed. People are scared. The resonance grows everywhere.
So you're in the dozens and the hundreds,
Thousands.
Thousands.
Not all in Carmarth at once. Many traveling.
And there's no like weird sex thing.
What?
Dominic's not like everyone's gotta sleep with me.
I don't think so. I've gone to a couple of crazy parties and I haven't seen anything too crazy.
Like order parties? You got parties?
Yes, there's recruitment parties, we got new officers, celebrations.
But it doesn't get nasty.
Not that I have seen.
I think my friend's question was in good nature. We're just cautious.
Well, we're heading north.
Yes, north.
Is there anything that we should be on the lookout for there? Anything that might surprise us?
I'm not sure. We didn't come that way.
Well, I'll look around at the group. I don't want to take any more of your time as you were in the middle of washing your clothes, bathing, both. But thank you for taking some time to answer our questions and to meet some fellow travelers. I wish you well on your journey.
I hope you find what you're looking for at the observatory. I hope to see you one day at one of these order parties.
I will start to walk back. I will look at Mara and I will acknowledge, if I was able to see it earlier when she had shot the crossbow, I'll point at it and I'll say, is that magic? Is there something with your crossbow that's special?
She looks down at it. It's special, but it's not magic. I made it.
Is that something that they taught you to do in the order, or is that something you already knew?
Made it before.
Is there anything about her that is, I don't know, there's something about her that she feels very different? Is she apprehensive? Is she not as sold, I guess? I mean, I guess I'm just going to ask her, you're okay in the order, yes? And traveling with Syrian?
Yes. I feel very safe with him.
This is where you want to be.
Santos, I'll ask you to roll me insight since you're trying to look deeper into her mannerisms.
Okay. 21.
Ooh.
Just this whole interaction you were watching as Mara, everything that Syrian said, she was looking at him. You could even see herself nodding just slightly with everything he said. But when you speak to her or she's questioned by anyone else, she gets a bit fidgety and avoids eye contact, as if she's not good at talking with people or is uncomfortable. Until you really start to dig deeper, and she's very closed off. People sometimes get this way when they are afraid they're going to say something wrong or hiding something. As you're watching, you notice something you didn't notice before, a bandage on her left palm.
Oh. I will look down at that bandage and then I will look at her, kind of lean in a little bit, and I'll say, so I see the bandage on your hand. Have you run into some trouble out here?
Of course.
I can fix that up for you.
No, I don't think that's good.
Ooh, I don't like this.
I don't like it either.
Poppy, where we? Sorry, I forgot. We're going north, right? I'm sorry. I was just trying to. I'm talking to our new friends here, and I know I said we're heading north, but that is the direction we're going, right?
Yeah.
As soon as you turn around, I will stare through your eyes. You'll see like very wide eyes on me.
Poppy's eyes go wide for like a split second. She catches it. She's picking up what you're putting down. Well, yeah, we're definitely going north. And she was like, she doesn't really know what's going on, but she's sensing that like something's weird.
I'll just kind of like wave towards you and just kind of do a very casual, like waving you over to me. And I'll return tomorrow and I will say, quietly. If you're in danger, now's the time for you to say something, because in a few moments we're going to be leaving, and I promise you the people that I'm traveling with are good people. And we won't impose anything on you. You won't be forced to do or say anything against your will, but we are good people. And if you're in trouble, we can help you.
I'm not in trouble. I haven't been in trouble. I just don't need your help because I don't trust you. We don't trust you. You don't trust us. That's just survival instinct.
Understandable, we're strangers.
I know how to clean a wound. I'm okay.
Okay. What caused that wound?
Metal. I just fell and cut myself when we were traveling earlier. It's not a big deal. It was just north of here.
I'm going to turn to Poppy. I'm going to say, I need a moment. I'm feeling a little bit. I just want to take a little bit of a break. I know that we just rested, but I'll return to the group. I just need a moment. And I'll give you a squeeze on the shoulder. I'm going to head back towards the group. I'm going to start a ritual, actually. I'm going to kind of get a little bit further away from them, and I'd like to start a detect magic ritual. It's going to take 10 minutes.
We're playing Tic Tac Toe in the dirt.
As you guys are chatting a little bit, Mara sits down and you can see she's fiddling with the crossbow. For those of you who might be watching her, she looks like she loads some of the bolts in, which is odd. You watch as she loads multiple bolts into the crossbow at once. Each time she loads one in, she does a big turn on one of these gears and then adds another one and then turns again. Syrian at the same time has been packing up all of his things, getting dressed. You see they start heading towards the road as if they're starting to move, and they pass by you. Travel safe.
Thanks. See you at the parties.
Has my detect magic taken effect yet?
It has.
I will, as soon as I feel that energy kind of hum from me, ripple outward, Syrian wait at a light jog, catch up to him and offer a hand to shake his hand.
Looks happy that you've come over. It's nice meeting you.
Nice meeting you too. I will give it a good, healthy shake, and I will say, I will see you again. I'm intrigued by your words and by what your organization stands for. And I'm sensing, is there any magic that pings for me around?
On their clothing, you feel a fresh sense of something you realize is very similar to the magic that was emanating off of Poppy's rope just a few moments ago. Like they have recently mended a lot of their clothing or cleaned it in some way, more than just the water in the river. Think you'd also get a little bit of magic from the inner workings of the crossbow, but it's not the whole crossbow itself.
Okay. I'll just leave it at that. I will return to the group after I bid them safe travels. I'll just share with everybody. I don't know. I just, for so many reasons, I get such weird feelings from them, and I didn't want to press it further, but they had some stuff on them hummed with a little bit of magic, magical energy, but nothing stood out to me. I was kind of worried that maybe they were under some sort of influence, but I don't think that's something that would have come to my attention with what I was trying to do anyway. Can't save everybody, though, even if they're in trouble.
Bjorg is kneeling on the ground with a stick, playing tic-tac-toe. It did seem like their responses were a little odd. The personalities were just like 180s for me. Tevin, you can't just put an X right over my circle.
I don't see why I can't.
He's got you there.
It means I win.
I'm not arguing against Tevin.
I swipe away the whole board on the dirt. All right, let's just go. We're going to the fucking observatory,
Parties?
potential crash site, and then we can party with the cult.
Yeah.
It's definitely a cult.
What? You don't have to pay for it. There's no weird sex stuff. And you can leave.
I got the sense that they were hiding something still, so I don't know. I don't take everything they said at face value, but let's see to the task at hand, I guess.
Great.
Okay.
And I'll hop up. Can I just say, as I start walking, that was the most awkward way I've ever seen a conversation start in my entire life. It was just like, it felt like You were threatening yourself. And I'm like, I just meander on while berating you all gently.
He's not talking to me. He's talking to you, Bjorg. It's clear.
Just head hung low, and eventually the fingers just go straight into the ears as I continue to walk.
That being said, Tevin is a Tic Tac Toe master. He beat me every single game, and there was nothing I could do about it.
Well, he's got like computer brain.
I did just learn how to play the game. I don't know what that speaks of you.
Well, if you're a shark at Tic Tac Toe, we're going to make some money off of you when we get to the big city, buddy.
Oh, God.
Only after you explain to me what a cult and what sex is.
Okay.
Lenore, that's all you.
That's me?
You are the teacher, aren't you?
Yeah, but we don't teach kindergartners about sex.
Good thing I am not a kindergartner. I am Tevin,
Proper sex education starts early. It's important to understand the parts.
and I have many parts.
I have nothing to contribute to this, and I will run forward and not participate in this conversation.
After many more hours of travel, this was still early into your travel day. You're a few hours out of Hollow Glen, but not quite far. But after many more hours, you come across what is obviously the site of where the falling piece of Ilis's orbital must have fallen. It is much larger of an impact site than the others you have found. The earth is torn up. There is a massive crater marking the point of impact. It is easily 200 feet in diameter, maybe more. As you approach it, looking over the edge, you see inside this crater goes down about 40 feet to where there is just rubble and destruction. There are whole trees have fallen down into the crater. Some look like they've previously lit a blaze and there's only burnt wood that remains. Other than that, you can see that there's a large chunk of rock that have exposed from the ground beneath your feet, but also there is rock from the orbital itself. This light gray with darkened veins throughout it, the same as the rings you all wear on your fingers. There's a lot of debris in the crater itself. And from here, what you can see in the center, what looks to be a large amount of metal shining in the debris inside the crater. You realize it's eerily quiet here. There's no birds and there's not a lot of the sound of insects and things, just the wind pushing through the trees, and it hums as it goes over top of the crater.
The first thing I'm going to do immediately, I would like to guidance myself because I'm doing this intentionally. I'm looking at the ground. I want to see if there's tracks, if there's people that have already been here and have already investigated this. Also with that, I'm looking to see if there's tracks of anything that has walked out of the crater and out into the world.
Roll me survival.
11.
There is tracks around you, but you are on a small path. So it's hard to tell if the tracks have been around since before the crater or not. You do recognize 2 or 3 different weird holes in the ground close to the edge of the crater, much fresher than the rest. It looks like a view of something was stabbed into the ground here.
I'll point that out to the group. I don't know what any of that means, but I'll definitely share it, that stands out to me.
Someone was trying to dig further, or someone just taking a stance and planting a sword or something?
Could it be a flagpole?
Can I get down to the ground and like examine it and like touch the dirt?
Go ahead and roll me either investigation or survival.
Oh my god, I'm rolling high today, 21.
Nice.
Poppy, have you ever gone rock climbing?
Probably to a rock climbing wall in the city.
You think about these rock climbing walls, whether it be from your high school, whether it be from gyms you've gone to, and you see these stakes and it's apparent to you, it looks like someone was using some sort of climbing gear here.
Oh.
Put stakes into the ground and likely...
Upheld down.
Yeah.
Okay, well guys, I think these were for some stability to get down in the hole.
Yeah, I could fly right down if we want me to check it out.
I can maybe fly some of you down with me, maybe not all of you, and I'll knock on Tevin. Tink, tink, tink. I don't know if I can carry you down.
I might be able to help Tevin get down. It's myself that I'm a bit worried about.
I got you again. Come here.
Oh,
And
God.
tug at your shoulders.
What if I cast Reduce on you? Make you small.
You want to make me even smaller? That'll be like you.
Yeah, then I can carry you. I'm gonna cast Reduce on Bjorg.
God. I'm choosing to fail, I suppose.
Oh boy.
What in the hells have you done to me?
This little guy.
I'm gonna try to lift him now that he's my size.
Roll me athletics.
10.
Oh boy.
You're able to lift him off of the ground, move a decent amount with him. You're pretty sure you probably could get him at least to the bottom of the crater. You're worried about getting him back up.
All right, let's go.
Oh, God! But before my very tiny little stature crests the bottom of the hole, right where Tevin's in view still, I'm gonna pull a very teeny tiny tough lock out of my pocket like a little toothpick, and I'm gonna point it at Tevin. Come with us, Tevin! And I will shoot Tevin with a very magical little beam, and I'm gonna cast Vortex Warp on Tevin and place him somewhere solid at the bottom if I can see something.
Ooh.
What?
I can magically twist the space around another creature I can see within range. You must succeed on a Constitution saving throw, or you can choose to fail, and the target is teleported to an unoccupied space of my choice that I can see within range. It must be on a surface or a liquid that can support the creature without having to squeeze.
So it's a portal gun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh my god.
Oh, and I'm sorry, this is Bjorg's bearings bender.
I love
I
it.
love it. I'm gonna go to Jackal. You want uppies?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna grab you and unfurl my wings, and I'm gonna have you koala on like my front, basically, so that because if you did that on my back, then I don't know if my wings would work, and I'm gonna fly down.
I'll have you also roll athletics for me.
16.
Jackal's pretty small, plenty of strength to get you down there. Poppy, how are you getting into this crater?
Well, I don't take fall damage, right? Or I could take reduced fall damage or something like
I
that.
think you could reduce fall damage.
Yeah, I have slow fall. When you fall, you can reduce any falling damage by 25.
Oh, then yeah, for this case, it will
God.
never be more than 25. So yeah, you basically don't take fall damage.
I don't take fall damage. So
Amazing.
could I just jump from here
Yeah,
and whatever?
I rolled 15 damage total from the top of the crater down.
Ahaha.
You make it to the ground as the others are in this impact site. And who's heading first?
Me.
Oh boy.
You and a very small Bjorg. Have you put him down on the ground, or are you still holding him?
I'm gonna hold him until I'm tired.
When does this wear off?
After a minute. Just give me like 20 more seconds of carrying you. It's fun.
This is the longest minute of my life.
Aw.
Inside the crater, as Lenore, you are making your way closer to the wreckage, the rest of you following along. It becomes more and more of an unfamiliar landscape. You're surrounded by these interesting looking rocks, but also this metal. It's similar to the metal of the last two pieces that you have found at Ilos's orbital wreckages, the one that had initially spewed the smoke and put you all to sleep, as well as the piece that you had found at the farmhouse. It's a similar looking color of metal, though these pieces of metal look much more mundane. They're just long pieces of metal, in some cases probably used for bracing structures, sheets that have crumpled upon impact. And ahead, Lenore, just about when you're feeling like you're getting tired, in your hands you feel Bjorg starting to expand
Oh boy.
at the shoulders. You see the wreckage is a bit more closed in. There are these larger pieces of metal on all sides, including the top. And you see of this piece of this wreckage that has been moved. There's this large metal beam that had obviously fallen or been part of something else, and it is now being supported by a few large branches from these trees that have fallen into the crater, as if it was raised and these branches were placed underneath it. And it makes a doorway into the wreckage.
Oh.
Where this metal beam once was, would have been blocking this way, but it's now lifted up and out, and there is almost an entryway ahead of you.
Oh my gosh.
Whoa. They made a little door.
Who made a door is my question.
Right. I now am suspecting that the cut on Mara's hand, they may have already been here, and she may have sliced her hand moving some of these metal pieces. We may not be alone here.
I'll unkoala myself.
Yes, you were definitely koala'd to me while I was talking.
Yes. You're very strong. I don't want to let go.
And you're very soft and you feel nice. I didn't want to let go either.
Aw.
I kind of like gear up, get weapons ready just in case to be prepared for whatever's next, because that sounds accurate. I think he's onto something. If she had a cut on her hand, they didn't want to talk about it. Someone was here.
We going in?
I'll lead into the hole. Quietly, sneakily, silently.
Roll me stealth.
It's a 15.
Entering inside this terribly confusing wreckage, it is much more shaded. There are large pieces of metal overhead. They are cracked and separating, letting some light in, but it is, again, rather dim inside this shelter, which you quickly realize to be once part of a building that has been destroyed. As you walk in, you see the ground is cracked and broken. Pieces of old frames have shattered. Rubble has been cleared along the ground. The floor has been reinforced with metal and pieces of wood to make it safer to walk on. The first thing you recognize as you walk in, there's cabinetry beneath your feet made of metal built into the walls. You quickly realize this building, if you can still call it that, is completely on its side. You realize that the wreckage is surprisingly organized. There's an area that has been manufactured to be a fire pit. There's an old window on what is now the roof that is being used as a chimney for the smoke to go out when it is lit. Nearby is a stash of fruits and edible plants, ripe and ready to be eaten. The rubble that once obviously must have covered all of the floor looks like it has been pushed and organized into a corner to allow for easier movement through the wreckage. And with all of this so well organized, it is out of place to see something man-made that is just strewn across the floor. But there's remnants of a doorway, now horizontal rather than vertical. Just in front of it lies a crutch, fashioned from cloth and some sturdy branches. It's just on the ground with no rhyme or reason for its placement.
I'm going to slowly approach that, take in my surroundings as best I can. I know it's kind of dark, so I guess I'm more listening for anything.
It's very quiet. The only steps you hear are behind you from your allies walking in. You're able to get over towards this crutch. It's laying on the ground outside of this horizontal doorway.
I will pick it up and then look through the doorway.
Inside, you see what looks to be an old closet or pantry. There are remnants of shelves that can be seen along what used to be the walls. Inside, you see something unusual. Something you have both seen before and haven't. A corpse. A fresh body, though foreign, strange. Both humanoid and something you haven't seen before. His eyes, even in death, are glassy and mirror-like. You can see your reflection in them staring back at you. Short hair that comes down in front of his forehead. His face is very pockmarked, especially his cheeks. You can also see that freckles are across most of his base and body, though the freckles are a muted gray color, even looking faintly blue at times. He wears these thin gray robes that are dirty with mud and some blood, tight pants on, and you can see his right leg has a makeshift splint around it, made from branches and vines to hold the ankle steady. Lying here, you can see the robes stained with blood around his heart and a crossbow bolt impaled into his chest. Nearby, lying on its side, just next to the corpse, is something metallic. Though it doesn't match the surrounding metal structure, it's older, a bit more brown. a rusty old lantern. And for today, that's a wrap.
Wow.
Interesting.
Ooh, they suck.
Hey.
Ooh, they
What?
suck.
Okay.
Oh, I want the next session right now after that.
Oh my god.
So vibe check. They did in fact fail the vibe check.
Yeah. Holy moly.
And we're going to talk all about it over on Behind the Scenes, patreon.com/castparty. And we'll see you over in 2 weeks. And we're going to figure out what's happening here. And maybe we'll end up at the observatory. Who knows? Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
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 All right, so look, you want to put the X's here and then put your circle there if you want to, because you're trying to make 3 in a row, right? So, all right, so you do it here. And, Anne used to play this game with throwing knives back in Twin Rivers, stabbed the marks right in the wood. One time she missed, sliced clean through a new guy's sleeve. He just blinked and said, well, that's a loss, just like you're a bet. Nope, I lose, I guess. Okay, next game. Anyway, base drop. I heard that he was saying that dragons invented games to distract humans from rebellion. That can't be true, right? But, like if we did, that'd be our judgment day, right? Right. Anyway, you know who likes this game? Dubword. Dubword likes this game. But Havoc Opsack hates Tic Tac Toe. He claims it's too predictable. Jonas bet him 3 copper coins. He couldn't win in 2 moves once. Oddly enough, he took the bet. And then he won, just like I'm about to lose. Okay. Anyway, speaking of bets, I remember Sainty Love bet Eric 5. He couldn't win blindfolded. Heather still has the charcoal scribbles on her cloak. Jisky Fire called it a masterpiece and tried to keep the cloak. Oh, and Kaylee? Steer clear of her. She cheats. Uses her tail to smudge the marks when you're not looking. Lexi caught her once. Michael told me Opti once turned the grid into a spell circle. Wild stuff. And speaking of circles, I'm going to put one right over here, and you put your X in, okay? You put it over. It's fine. It's fine. Brian panicked once, and he flipped the table. Shy Guy just sat there unfazed, like, this happens every Tuesday. And Bubba doesn't even play. He just eats the pebbles we use as markers. Winkle tried to copy him once, chipped a tooth. And now, I know what you're thinking, Tevin. I know what you're thinking. A lot of these sound kind of false, but they're true. Looky here, Tin Can. They're just stories. Now go on, come on. It's your move, and let me just tell you, there's no way you're gonna win again in the next game. Okay, let's rack it back up.